It's been about a week, and I've spent a great deal of time playing Book of Travels, and I know way more about the game now than I did a few days back, so if you have any questions about it, I'm happy to answer them in the comments. The game's story is so much more intelligently written and complex than I ever expected it to be, and I've been spending a lot of time on the official Discord discussing lore with others and helping put together a fan wiki for all of this. One of my favorite story aspects are the elements of mysticism and cult activity and how those organizations are treated by the rest of the world. So for this video, I'll be walking through what is easily the most popular of the events currently in the game, called the Night Market. Which can be found on the western border of the Charwoods Forest, which is located southwest of the crossings. If you don't already know, the game uses real-world time and days of the week, so to catch the night market you need to wait until around 8 p.m. on Tuesday for the various prowlers of the night to gather here and sell you some illegal goods. The market goes all night until I think around 6 in the morning, so it's pretty hard to miss as long as you're playing sometime at night. If it doesn't appear right away, you can always swap to other servers in your region until you find one in action. Swapping servers in general is an important part of getting the most out of events, because what NPCs show up and what items are being sold is a little different for every server. The biggest bit of advice I can give you about this event is, before you even head out to Charwoods, stock up on glass items, specifically ones sold by the Selka glass vendor, who is always present at one of the 3 major cities at any given time, day or night, with those cities being Crossings, Meyer, and the Bat Saha Island. The reason you want to bring a lot of glass is because of how trading works in this game. There is no currency, so instead everything must be traded, and different vendors value different types of items, and it just so happens to be that the night market vendors really love glass, so you'll get a lot more for less. Most of the regular items here are decent, but what you really want to look out for is the Foreign Merchant's Glass Ring. It's one of the only items in the game that gives you a trade multiplier, meaning regardless of who you're trading with, you become more persuasive, improving the perceived quality of your offers, and you can wear 2 of these at the same time, making it even more effective. Some of the other exceptionally good items you may find here include the Assassin's Poison Armor and Assassin's Painted Trick Sword. Both of these items have great stats, but what makes them really stand out is the +1 reflected damage, which makes fighting groups of enemies at one time actually doable. The sword is especially expensive, so be sure to stack up on your trade multiplier and stock up on glass items. Since you're already in Charwoods, it's worth paying a visit to the powerful mystic, otherwise known as Resna Rosespring, if you haven't already. And she's practically next door to the event plaza, off to the southeast of the area. Rezna is likely the most unusual merchant in the game right now. She sells what can be seen as end-game level equipment in terms of early access version of the game. What makes her weird is that she is extremely picky about trades and will only accept items that are, quote, powered by human emotion, which correlates to something called a knot of thankful wishes. These are items you can gain from completing quests, the most significant being the Master Iron Cog quest in Mire, which gives you 20 knots per turn-in, and the Ketum Crux quest in Crossings, which gives you 5 per crux. As you can see here, you will need a lot of these knots to buy even a single item. By default, she values them at 10 apiece, but with enough stacking of trade modifiers, you get them up to around 15 apiece, and possibly even slightly higher, which really adds up quick when we're talking stacks of 99 at a time. But don't worry, there are better items out there, so don't overly concern yourself with trying to get everything you see here. This concludes our little adventure into the Charwoods Forest. I'm highly enjoying Book of Travel so far, and I recommend joining the Might and Delight Discord if you want to get the full discovery experience when playing this game, because there's already so much here, even in early access, that you'd never be able to find everything alone. I mean, the game is designed to be a word-of-mouth experience where you share what you find with others, which gets them excited to seek it out for themselves. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure. I'll see you next time.